Having confidence in yourself and building the life that you want is going to be one of the most challenging things that you will ever do. And I say that because the outside is a reflection of our inner self. And the more that we do our inner work, the more all the gunk is going to get pushed up. It's going to be reflected back. And we're going to have to navigate that. And maybe that's why a lot of people don't do the inner work, because the moment they start, they probably get the reflection of that gunk and they get overwhelmed and they don't know how to handle it. And so they shut it off. They stop reflecting. It's a cause and reflect, or cause and effect, right? The cause and reflect. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people give up. Instead of being resilient, instead of pushing through, instead of knowing that they are worth doing the work, they shut down or they run away. Instead of having that hard conversation, they just pretend it doesn't exist and they go elsewhere where they can have different conversations. And for some people, they view that as avoiding the drama or keeping their peace. But when you're avoiding the truth, it's not keeping the peace. And there is a difference between avoiding drama and avoiding your shadows. I think you tell me, leave a comment. What comes up for you when you try to face your shadows? I will say there was a very specific time frame of my life where I decided I was going to choose better. I was going to listen to my intuition. I was going to improve my self development and learn what it means to be human. I felt broken. I felt like my brain didn't know how to be an adult. I felt like I don't know how to function like everyone else. And so, if I can at least find some secrets to the soul and at least do the research of how to be a good person, then when it comes to facing that I don't think I'm a good person or I don't know how to be a human, I can at least say that I've researched how to be a human. I may not have been raised on how to be a good human. I mean, not that my parents did a bad job, but like, we're just, let's not go there. I very much so have some limiting beliefs that are programmed in my subconscious. And many of those limiting beliefs I have already reprogrammed and it has been reflected in my life. There's some that I'm working on now, and there's some that I still see that are deeper that I'm not sure how to work on. And I guess we're just not ready for that yet. If you want to learn how to be true to yourself, having resilience for the things that come up is going to be a lesson you'll want to get really good at. That's a skill. Resilience is a skill you'll want to get good at. What I mean by that is find neutrality. There's a story of the farmer's son, and I'm probably going to mess this up a little bit, but basically, there's this farmer who has a son, and his son helps him out on the farm every day. And the son is out riding his horse, and he falls off, breaks his leg, and everyone in the town is like, "Oh, that's so sad. What a shame, bad thing that happened." And the farmer's like, "Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just happened. It's not bad. It's not good. It just happened." And then the military draft started. And so, as they came through to grab all the young, able bodied men to take away to the draft, everyone's like, the farmer's son got to stay because of his broken leg. And everyone's like, wow, you're so lucky, blah, blah, blah. And then, so there's both sides of the coin, right? Like, and the power of now is very much related to resilience. The more we find gratitude in the moment for things that might be frustrating us, the more we focus on the power of now, it allows us to reduce worry for the future. If I don't need to make a choice about something at this moment, I don't need to be thinking about it. I can set aside time for my problems, for my adulting, for my decision making. It doesn't need to be something that's on repeat in the back of my mind all day long. It doesn't need to be a decision that I think about that steals my moment of peace. And I will say that the more you learn this, the more your inner energy will have your back in reality. the more you find that neutrality. I had something happen this week. There was something very specific that I was intentionally switching my wording around, being more intentionally grateful for, trying to find the bright side of it. And, something that, like, if I could trade it up in life for something better, I absolutely would. But at the time, it's what is available to me. And so I'm grateful for it. And that thing almost slipped through my fingers this week. I fully believe that if I hadn't done those gratitude practices, then that situation, that outcome that happened, it would have been flipped the other direction and it would have slipped through my fingers. And it probably would have been I don't want to say devastating. It's like, the good or the bad. Like, a very bad thing could have happened, but it didn't, because God had my back, because I'm being grateful and I'm holding neutrality around it. And even as I got the news for it, it is still, even though it didn't happen, it was still a shock. It was still knowing that my life could have been devastated that quickly, and it wasn't. God had my back. And it's because I chose to know that God has my back. It's because I chose to have gratitude to have that thing in my life. And that situation was just confirmation. Confirmation that our inner reality reflects outwards. Confirmation that if you have faith, everything's going to work out. And in the past, usually if a situation like that would have happened, even though it was more of like, hey, this was supposed to happen, it didn't, but it could, be prepared. Like, I still would have lost it in the moment. The old me would have still lost it in the moment. The old me still would have allowed the emotions to bubble up. The old me still would have ran into a spiral of poor me, why this, why that, I can't believe this, I can't believe that, who can I blame there, who can I blame there. The old me would have done that. The new me just accepted it in neutrality. It's like, okay. And the new me really sat with it, of like, what if the opposite was happening right now? What if what they're saying I avoided had actually happened? Could I remain this calm? And I think I was totally calm in that moment, because I knew that if that had happened, I would have been okay. And it was a new sense of relief, of just knowing that no matter what happens, everything's going to continue on. Life continues on. There is no being okay. There is no being bad off. It's always just life continues on. And the best that we can do is clean up our inner energy so that we can reflect out an amazing new earth for all of us. That's all. Do the inner work, but do it with a sense of resilience. Do it with a sense that God has your back. Do it with the intention to radiate out awesomeness for this new earth. And let's make it happen. Because the more of us that get on board, the more of us that are going to make it happen. Do you know why we have so much war and famine and just like inequality in our world? It's because somebody imagined it that way. Somebody put out on videos and movies and broadcasted it to all of our brains, for our brains to say this is the way it is, but it's not the way it is. It's literally what we want. So let's do it together. My name's Deb. I spell that with 2 B's. I'm just sharing my human experiences, helping you gain confidence in yours. Leave me some comments below. Make sure you subscribe so that whatever message is meant for you today or tomorrow finds your feed at the right time for the right message. These videos will always only find you when you're ready to hear them. If it's not resonating, think on it. Let it simmer. It's planting a seed for a reason. You have a wonderful Memorial weekend. Cheers.